Okay, this is just a quick video to say how far we've gone so far with the tracking Irish transit. And as you can see here, we have a very simple Flink SQL query that's looking at records within Kafka that we obtained with NiFi. So let's just zoom in here and start at the beginning. So we've got a schedule set every minute. We'll just manually run it. Maybe we should be less than that. We're going to call the National Transport API for vehicles. This is vehicle positions. This one does the return as JSON for us, so we don't have to do our extra GTFS step, but that is nice to know. And then we split it apart where the entity is from GTFS. Looks just like as if we parsed it. Split the records out, make sure we just got one at a time. Then we're going to take out all the positions, all the fields that we want, make them attributes. Then we're going to build a new JSON file just using those. So a nice flat format. Give it a name. Make sure the route isn't null. There is some of that data. I don't know what we'd want to do with it. Make sure we got one record. Then we're going to do a lookup. And based on route, you get the route long name. And if it's matched, that's good. I have that going into the controlled. Unmatched is not many of those. We'll have that go directly in. But this slows down the rate, which you're like, why do you want to slow down the data? So you can see this. So we get 1 a second. Nice. I show you 4,000 in a second. It was a blip because we're sampling what we show in this window. Otherwise, it's just too much data. Okay, so we have that coming through. We do the lookup here to get trip information. And then we push that data into Kafka. And as you can see, we're sending that one message. Got all our metadata in there. And because that's a lot of Slack messages, I send those on demand. Otherwise, we're just putting thousands of messages here. And I got to figure out when we should send the message. Maybe we'll set up a user profile where you could subscribe to certain schedules, routes, trips, vehicles. Maybe just your location. You give me lat long, and I'll find stuff near you, tell you what's coming. If you have suggestions on that, definitely post those. So we got that going there. The next step is to figure out where we plug in the different GenAI models we have to do this up. And I think I might have a couple more lookups here. We also have some other data sources we're working on from Ireland. We have look up here. I'm looking at webcams. There's a weather forecast. There's the bikes. That's all that static data. We also have trip updates. Some more random data sources I'm going through. Also, I have to do the Irish trains, which have a kind of unique format, and some people have complained about. So we'll see how easy that is to work with NiFi. That'll be the next video. I'm just rushing to get this done before we all have a happy bunny day. We also have, I'm not quite done with trip updates because I figured they need some more lookups here. And I also want to do, what do you do if there's canceled? This bus format doesn't have an alerts, but I think they squeeze it into trip updates. So I'm going to see if it's canceled. Maybe I send a special message there. I got to process this and see what lookups I might want to do on trip route ID, things like that. We'll have to take a look. Here what we do is we do the lookup, get the routes, we get the stops. Sometimes there's no stop. If the stop name is empty, we still want to go. And we'll send that message to alerts. And we send the occasional message to Slack. I'm still formatting, getting all the fields right there. Again, figuring out what makes sense for all this data. We got a bunch of these Kafka topics. Main one here is that vehicle. I changed the way I get static data versus Halifax. Is if you remember Halifax, we get this big zip file. Here there's 3 different ones. I got to see which one I should grab. Should I grab all of them or just a real time? Playing with that. Also, the shape data is only for GeoJSON. I don't really need that. You might need that. I set a primary key, and we got a new thing here we do with advanced. So we're setting the primary key based on what's the file name. So we can make this generic. If you see, it's all those different tables. I don't have to have any custom code here. Connects to our local database. Gives it a table based on the file name. Gets that primary key we set, JSON writer. And then we send it to the database. Boom. We build all those tables. And it turns out to be really easy. As you can see here, here's all the routes. Here's the lookup trips. Also, we got one for the feed info. It's one row. Not as interesting, but just to show you we could do it. So that's the main thing for this one. And we will come back with the other features we need to do. Like I said, we have the trip updates we're still finalizing. Bikes, different weather forecasts, webcams in Dublin. This is going to seem to be a lot of information in Dublin. Some of the other cities in the countryside, not as much. But we'll go from there. Thank you.